In a move that is shaking global trade and diplomacy, United States President Mr. Donald Trump has reportedly asked the European Union to slap tariff up to 100% on India and China. Why? Well, his goal is to pressure Mr. Vladimir Putin to end the war in Ukraine. Sounds extreme, right? But let's break it down first. Well, the idea came during a high-level meeting in Washington where senior United States and European Union officials were discussing just how to make the war costlier for Russia. Trump's message was very simple. Let me quote, "We are ready to hit imports from India and China hard, but only if our European partners join us." Now, essentially, the US would mirror any tariff the European Union imposes, meaning that both the sides could hit these countries with huge taxes on their goods. But the real question is, why target India and China specifically? So the answer is, both countries have been buying Russian oil despite the war. Now this energy trade gives Moscow billions of dollars, funding its military operations in Ukraine. But Mr. Trump forgot it's not just India, Europe also buys that same cheap oil. Well, Trump's team believed that cutting off these purchases could actually choke Russia's war machine, cutting off just India and China and not Europe. But here's where it gets really tricky. China immediately pushed back, saying that it is not part of Ukraine crisis and shouldn't be punished. In the meantime, India is also very unhappy, specifically after the US already increased tariff on Indian goods last month to 50% over oil purchases. Yet, Mr. Trump tweeted that talks with India were still ongoing and expected to reach a successful conclusion very soon. Now, this is the conclusion. But anyways, the timing of this particular move is also very important here. Last week, Mr. Putin met with Xi Jinping and Mr. Narendra Modi, strengthening ties between Russia, India and China. So, any tariff now aren't just trade measures. They are part of a bigger geopolitical chess game. In the meantime, the European Union capitals are very nervous. They know that secondary sanctions, that means punishing countries that buy Russian oil, could hurt their own trade with China and India. European Commission President Mrs. Ursula, she promised new sanctions on Russia targeting fossil fuels, the shadow fleet that transport them, and the third country that is helping Moscow. But European Union wants to act very carefully this time. Well, Trump's United States team is very clear. They won't take any big steps alone. Europe must join in, sharing the economic pain. The US officials argue that by selling energy to friends and allies instead of letting the adversaries profit, the world benefits. But the question remains, do the Europeans have the political courage to take on India and China just to pressurize Russia? That's something we need to see. So basically, in short, this is more than just a trade story. It is a high-stakes international drama. Be it tariffs, oil, China, Russia, India, European Union are all pieces of the same boat. And Mr. Trump's plan could reshape global alliances, potentially punishing allies and angering trade partners, all in a bid to end the war in Ukraine. The world is watching and tensions are rising. One wrong move and this could spark not just trade war, but diplomatic crisis on multiple continents.